Stay with me till the end. Because this marriage started as a joke, but the ending shocked everyone. People always said Daniel Whitmore had everything. Money, power, respect. What they did not know was that Daniel also carried a deep emptiness inside him. At 38, Daniel was a self-made billionaire. He owned real estate, tech companies, and private jets. People admired him, feared him, and wanted to be him. But behind closed doors, Daniel was lonely. He did not believe in love anymore. To him, relationships were just games of interest and control. One night, at a private club in New York, Daniel sat with his rich friends. They drank expensive wine and laughed loudly. The topic of love came up, and Daniel laughed harder than anyone. "Love is a lie," he said. "Everyone wants something." One of his friends smirked. "So you think you can marry anyone and it won't matter?" Daniel leaned back confidently. "Anyone." Another friend raised his glass. "I bet you $5 million you cannot marry someone completely outside your world and stay married for 1 year." The table went quiet. Daniel smiled. "You're on." That was how the bet began. A week later, Daniel met Clara. Clara worked as a library assistant in a small town. She lived a simple life. She was kind, quiet, and soft-spoken. She had been ignored most of her life. People judged her by her size, her plain clothes, and her shy nature. When Daniel first saw her, he did not feel attraction. He felt curiosity. She was nothing like the women he usually dated. He offered her dinner, then another. Clara was confused but polite. She had never been treated like this before. After a month, Daniel did something shocking. He proposed. Clara froze. "Why me?" she asked softly. Daniel smiled gently, hiding the truth. "Because you're different, and I want something real." Clara hesitated. She had been hurt before, but something in his voice sounded sincere. And for the first time, someone had chosen her fully. She said yes. The marriage shocked everyone. People asked what she had done to deserve him. Daniel stayed calm. To him, it was just a contract. 1 year. $5 million. But Clara took the marriage seriously. She tried to be a good wife. She cooked. She listened. She supported him. She smiled even when people stared at her with judgment. Daniel barely noticed. He was polite, distant, and cold. He provided everything money could buy but gave no affection. He believed this was enough. But slowly, something began to change. Clara started changing too. Not because Daniel asked. Not because of shame. But because for the first time she felt safe. She joined a gym quietly. She walked every morning. She learned about healthy food. She took care of her body and her mind. She read books. She studied business. She found confidence she never knew she had. Daniel barely noticed at first. But months passed. Her posture changed. Her voice grew stronger. Her eyes held confidence. People stopped laughing. At events, people began to stare for a different reason. Daniel noticed something strange. He felt jealous. One night at a charity dinner, another man complimented Clara. Daniel felt anger rise in his chest. He did not understand it. "She's my wife," he said sharply. Clara looked surprised. Later that night, she asked him quietly, "Do you care?" Daniel did not answer. The truth scared him. As the months passed, Daniel started spending time at home. He listened to Clara. He learned about her past, about being ignored, about being bullied, about learning to love herself alone. Something cracked inside him. For the first time, Daniel felt respect. Then guilt. One night, drunk and emotional, Daniel made a mistake. He confessed the bet. The words fell heavy between them. Clara simply stood up. "So that's what I was to you," she said calmly. "A bet." Daniel tried to explain. "I didn't expect this. I didn't expect you." Clara smiled sadly. "And that's the problem." She packed her things and left that night. Daniel panicked. The house felt empty. The silence was unbearable. He realized something terrifying. He had fallen in love. Not with the idea. Not with the image. But with the woman he never expected. Weeks passed. Clara did not answer his calls. Daniel lost focus at work. He skipped meetings. He felt hollow. Then one day he saw her again. Clara was speaking at a small conference. Confident, strong, independent. She had started a foundation for women who were ignored and underestimated. She looked powerful. Daniel realized something painful. She did not need him anymore. After the event, he waited outside. When she saw him, she stopped. "I'm not here to beg," Daniel said softly. "I'm here to apologize. Without excuses." He admitted everything. His fear, his emptiness, his regret. Clara listened. Then she spoke. "You married me as a joke," she said. "But I became myself because of the silence you gave me. And I thank you for that." Daniel nodded. "I don't deserve forgiveness. But I hope one day I can earn your respect." She walked away. 6 months later, the divorce was finalized. Daniel lost the bet. He paid the $5 million. But he lost something far more valuable. Or so he thought. 1 year later, Clara invited him to an event. She stood on stage and spoke. "Some people enter your life as a lesson," she said. "Not to break you, but to wake you." After the event, she approached him. "I'm not the woman you married," she said. "And you're not the man I met." Daniel nodded. "Would you like to start again?" he asked quietly. "No bets, no power, just honesty." Clara looked at him for a long moment. Then she smiled. Slowly, she said. And for the first time in his life, Daniel understood something. Love is not a bet. It is a choice. And sometimes the person you underestimate becomes the one who changes you forever. If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one.